weeks ago, I was thunderstruck. And before anyone asks, that's not the reason for my hairstyle, I was born like this. But I was thunderstruck by how much value agile methods and techniques like design thinking can add to a rather traditional business industry. And I was thunderstruck by the capabilities a certain CMS had on timing and budget. But let me start from the beginning. Who of you works in publishing? 4. I guess so the rest must be developers, agencies, business consultants. Well, let me talk about publishing because I work in book publishing. And book publishing is a rather special industry, a rather traditional industry. We at Droemer Knaur, we publish fiction, mass market fiction, novels, thrillers, crime, and also a lot of non-fiction, but all for a really broad audience. We have 150 employees, we are based in Munich and belong to the Holzbrink Group. And as I'm head of digital publishing, we of course offer products like this. But to be frankly, this can't be the end. Predominantly because half of our market is based on a proprietary system owned by a large retailer. If you don't know which one, there's a small hint on the screen behind you. And so of course we do digital products, we sell digital products, but most of our products still look like this. It's still a print world. Which isn't actually that big of a problem because people buy print and people love print. Especially the nice books we publish in our Body, Mind, Spirit sector. This is the sector all about yoga, meditation, healthy foods, etc. And the books are large format, really nice paper, 4 colors, etc. And she's our customer, and she loves these books too. But we have a problem in the general publishing process and how this special segment works. She doesn't go to a bookstore. He does. She doesn't. And in a traditional publishing process, you have an author, writes a book, sends it to a publishing house, and 1 in 1,000 manuscripts is actually taken by the publishing house. We edit it, then we do all the publishing house magic, covers, titles and stuff, and then we sell it to the bookseller. And the bookseller sells it to the customer. You notice where the problem is, right? No connection between us and the customer. Second problem is, as I said, she doesn't go to a bookstore. Why? Because the bookseller doesn't offer her anything. He's our biggest problem because he doesn't understand the segment. He even thinks that yoga is sin. So how can I talk to him about Buddha bowls, veganism, and mindfulness? He just doesn't sell our products. He doesn't buy them from us and doesn't sell it to her. And the actually biggest problem in the sector is that the author in this segment already has this. He already has an audience because he's a specialist. He is a trainer, a personal trainer. He gives workshops and he's already connected to his audience. And so we are somewhere here in between. And what we can do is actually only sell the merchandise, which is really a hard thing to say for a publisher or a book person to say, well, a book is merchandise, but that's a matter of fact. And so we have to really think hard about what can be our role in this situation. Author there, audience there, they're already connected. So we came to the conclusion that we only can add value if we provide a platform in between. Offer high quality content for the audience, for the customer, thus enlarging the reach he already has. All right. So we had an idea. Let's make a project of this. We have a problem. We have to find a solution. So what does a traditional publishing house do when he thinks about a project? It looks like this. And this guy has two problems. First problem is he's alone. He's not collaborating. Second problem is he only thinks about his product, which is the book. And realizing this, we said we have to do something differently. We have to closely cooperate with our customers to understand their needs. And on the other hand, we have to put together a transdisciplinary team, not only consisting of editors who do the content, but of all departments involved. And of course, there are certain methods that can be applied, and we decided we should do this with design thinking. And I think you're all familiar with the concept. What we did in the first empathizing phase, when we really tried to become the customer, to become her, I showed before in the bottom, nice lady. We tried to become her, to understand her needs. We made an online survey with around 600 participants, and then defined what her basic needs are in this segment. We define it from the content side. The content side is the topics: mindfulness, work-life balance, healthy food. We found that curated content and quality is really a matter for this audience, because these topics are all about you, about your health, about your both physical and mental health. And so this requires trust. Trust to the author, not trust to the publishing house, but the author is the person you trust and you have to connect to. And this audience is really into cross-media. She doesn't like black and white text. She likes videos, she likes pictures, interactive stuff, etc. From a feature side, we came to the conclusion that she wants to be addressed really individually. She wants to be taken serious as a person, not as a large audience, but especially me. I want to be addressed. Then the model has to be freemium. The good thing is we came across, which stood for a publishing house, this audience is really willing to pay, even online. But she doesn't want to be lured into some subscription model. She wants to try out, be eclectic, find the topics she likes, and then maybe eventually buy something. And that the site has to be mobile, of course, is not really a surprise. So we came up then in the ideation phase. We did some workshops, came up with solutions, crossed out things, pursued things, and in the end, we even built a small prototype, only with designs, not even a click on, only designs, and went back to the target group of 12 people and asked them what we could improve. And so we finally came to solution. And we had a solution, then we knew what to do, but we were not really sure how to do it. And as I and my team have been working in Agile for now 3 years, we said this would be the best chance to let all departments of our publishing house benefit from this approach, because there I've been working very traditionally since then, and we really wanted to show them what Scrum can actually do to a project. And we only did not want to integrate our departments in-house. We did this project with a development agency out-house, and we wanted to integrate all into this project. Because the biggest problem, and today you've already seen this before, thanks to Wikicommons license. But you can see that's a problem a lot of people have to tackle. Most publishing houses, and it doesn't matter if it's news publishing or it's magazine publishing, they are actually a little bit ahead, especially in book publishing. The company structure still looks like this. There's editorial, there's marketing, there's sales, there's PR, and there's even a small digital here. And they're not connected. And you all know that customer-oriented modern company structure should rather look like this. With not digital being a small little brick, but being interweaved with each and every department of the company, so you can be fast and adapt to change. And you all know that Agile is a rather inflationary used word nowadays. Everything has to be Agile. But what I like so much about it, that it can be broken down to 4 major principles. And these are, in the end of a sprint, you have to have something to show. You can show progress. And this was what really helped us in this transdisciplinary team, because everyone was informed and saw, all right, what's the state of the project, and where can we go on from there. Another principle is, of course, respond to change. I will come to that back later. Another thing is customer collaboration, which is really the most important thing from a business perspective, to be customer-oriented. And from my perspective, what I learned in this project is the most valuable thing in Agile working is cooperation and communication. Do your dailies, do your sprints, do your reviews, do your retros. Retros are very, very important in this process, especially if you do this for the first time with a mixed team. So the benefits are clear, but what does the CFO think when he hears Agile? He thinks this. Oh, this is going to be expensive. Because they will code something, and then they will make up their mind, and will code something else, and will code something else again. And all the time, the agency's clock is ticking. Why does he think this? Because he spoke to the guy with the beard, and what he understands is the project will look like this. Yeah, individualization, mobile, great stuff. But he thinks this is going to be really, really big. And he actually wants to only give me money for this. Why is that? Maybe because he's Swabian. He actually is. In English, this might be Scottish, I think. But what the real reason is that he has a lot of experience, and he's seen a lot of digital projects, and some of them ended up like this. And if I'm honest with myself, if I look back at a few projects I did in the beginning, we often found ourselves in a project ended up like this. And this is the point when you think, well, maybe we shouldn't have built a plane, maybe we should have built a bulldozer, or we should have spent more time on this idea with the chainsaw feature. But there was no place for change request. So what do we do to prevent spending a lot of money and ending up in a crash plane or ending up in the woods? You have to focus. You have to scope. And I was really happy to find an agency, which is also here, Richard will have a speech later, that really helped us focus and boil it down to really core features we actually needed, really business oriented. We had a workshop and they asked us a lot of questions. Do you really need this? Does this contribute to any of your goals? What are your goals at all? What do you want to achieve? That wasn't actually fun. It was pretty much a pain in the ass and it took a long time. But in the end, we were really happy that we had the scoping and everything that we didn't need ended up in the backlog. And so we defined our MVP, our Minimum Viable Product. Small, agile, yet it flies and it's fun. And then we had to choose a technical solution for all that we planned. And it was pretty clear that we wanted to rely on an open source CMS, WordPress, Drupal, right, Drupal. And then we came across Thunder from Buddha, which I at first didn't understand until I met Ingo at this workshop, and he told me, yeah, well, we give this away for free. We actually do. I was like, all right, that's really great, and I really like the idea behind the Thunder Coalition, because we don't compete with technique, especially not if you're a book publishing house. You don't even have the budget or money to compete with technical solutions. We compete in content, in customer orientation. And this was the point when, we were Thunderstruck. This is our publishing house, actually, with digital on the top floor. No, it was really great to see what Thunder could do to our project, because so many features were already set up out of the box. We did not have to code them, especially for our project, but they were already there. The great parallelism, the great media management concerning pictures, even the great thing with the small crosshair on the focal point of the pictures. A really nice backend. And so we could shift budget from backend to frontend and really focus on UX and design, which was really, really great for the product. And there were also a lot of features that even enhanced our MVP with things that we did not even think about till then. The riddles integration is awesome, because you can do something interactive on your website without coding it. You just have to integrate the riddles module. And so we ended up with an MLP, a Minimum Lovable Product. And I hope you get the difference between the two planes. One of my colleagues actually asked me, well, what's the difference between the two planes? Well, this one has 2 engines, there's space for more people, it's more comfortable, yet though quite cheap compared to an Antonov. And I hope you get the difference, even if you don't share my personal love for aviation. And what happened with this MLP was pretty clear and pretty great, because CFO happy because it's cheap. CEO happy because it's fast. We actually set up this project from the beginning, from the first workshop with the agency, within 8 weeks. And I was happy because we had a product we could start to interact with our target group, which we did not do before. And our first goal is to offer content, to build up traffic, to build up newsletter signups, and then in a later stage start with the individualization, and then at a later stage finally sell digital products in form of webinars or one-on-one coachings via online. What we started with this and want to try out, does it fit the needs of the customer? And now I really want to show you what we actually built, and I hope this works. You see, this is kind of an MVP presentation, how it works. What we built is a site for this body, mind, spirit audience. And of course, it's mobile optimized. We have a lot of nice small articles around topics topics: healthy food, work-life balance, and meditation and mindfulness. These are the 3 sectors. Of course, it also works on desktop, but right now we have around 80% mobile traffic. And yeah, nice. We show all the different segments on the site, which was also really great for us, are the basic SEO capabilities, Thunder shares, and we have video content. This is one of our authors, Katja Sterzenbach. She's a health and meditation coach. She published her books with us, and we actually did our first video experiment with her, because as a book publisher, motion pictures are really something new for us. We also have to to learn about. And so this site is really nice way to give our authors a platform and to connect to the audience. And we really focused on the design. You can see the pictures look a little bit sandy, and that's the way we try to bring a little bit from the print world to the web, because if you look at magazines like Flow Magazine, Emotion, or Yoga Magazine, you name it, they all have this nice paper, and we try to take the pictures that they look a little bit like this. So I hope I could take you a little bit on a journey how we came from identifying a problem, then finding a solution, setting up this whole thing Agile, and how design thinking helped us during this process, and how we ended up in a really, really nice go live with a small MVP or MLP product based on Thunder. And I think this picture really pretty good shows the whole project, because here everything is calm and mindful, and a little bit of sentries, and of course a little bit of lifestyle, and in the background there's Thunder. And so if you think about building a content marketing platform or an online magazine, and you don't want to spend too much money and start right now, maybe when thinking about it, you might be Thunderstruck.
Join the Thunder Coalition now. Spread the word, contribute, and benefit.